You just put us in recording. All right. So welcome everyone. Here we are in the March Ambassador Huddle webinar. I'm always so excited to come together with you because I not only want to share the information with you, but I always look forward to hearing from you at the end of our time together as well. We have open forum at the end of this presentation where you can actually ask questions, make comments, and that's a very valuable time for me and for you. It's valuable for me so that I know what people are asking, what interests they have, what kind of things we need to maybe enhance. And it's also great for you because what other people ask, you may be thinking, but don't want to ask. And you know, there are no silly or stupid questions. Any question is valid. And so think in terms of, you know, what do you need to know so that you can enhance your business, so that you can go forward with things that are not clear to you. So give that some thought as we go through the presentation here tonight, and you can jot down notes on what you'd like to ask, or you can wait and just ask it audibly, and I'll let you know how you can do that at the end. Okay, so without further ado, let me just get us started here. All right, on the first slide, here we go. The agenda. What are we going to cover here tonight? We're going to do the news and updates. There's always a section of our webinar where we give you any kind of updates, anything new that you need to be aware of. And then we're going to talk about some tips and tools for March sales. Here we are, not even halfway through the month, so you have a great amount of time to get your sales to where you want them to be in March so that you are getting the earnings that you want by the beginning of April and not having to wait until another whole month before you get those kind of earnings that you're looking for. So we're going to talk about some ways to make your March really end in a very powerful way. We're also going to have some great recognition for what people have achieved in the month of February. And as I said, we're going to have our open forum at the end. All right. When I do the recording, what I did last month, I will do again and continue to do is with the post, either it's on YouTube or on Facebook, I will also break down in the description what the timelines are. Where are each of these topics that you see on this screen? Where are they in the recording? So that if you want to just go right to the recognition, it'll tell you what minute timestamp you need to go to. Okay, so I trust that that was helpful last month when we did that, and we'll continue to do that for you. All right, so news and updates. Let's see what we have to share. Issue 2 catalog. Isn't that a beautiful cover? I mean, it's just amazing. When we posted that on Facebook, people were trying to guess, you know, what it was that we were selling. Was it the pots? Was it the flowers? Was it the bench? You know, what was it? And someone, a few of you mentioned that, you know, you'd love to have all of that in your own backyard. And so that is actually a puzzle. And we've got some amazing puzzles in the Issue 2 catalogs. And that's one of the beautiful ones there right on the cover. Now, doesn't that just, you know, shout out spring? You know, we are so tired of the winter, aren't we? So we're looking forward to some beautiful flowers like that in our gardens. And so there you have it on your cover, an exciting cover to take the catalog out and around into your community. So we expect that catalog to be printed and starting to ship out to all of you by March the 28th, which is a midweek, a Wednesday. And so, as you know, we quite often have it gone, you know, even before the date that's expected. So as soon as we know it's going out, we will post it out on the Facebook group page. And if you want to call into customer service at that time and ask them if it's on target for March the 28th, if that's something that's critical to you, feel free to contact us anytime to find out where we're at on that schedule. After the catalogs go out, we make it available again. For those of you that missed it or didn't order enough of them, you can order more of the Issue 2 catalog in packs of 12 at the full price of $6.25. And so that will be available later this month. We may end up waiting until it releases on March 28th, or we have heard some whispers of perhaps sending it out even, or making it available to purchase even sooner than that. So those are catalogs that are non-customized. You had the opportunity during the pre-ordering period to customize them with your own contact information, but when you purchase them after the pre-ordering period, you'll need to put your own stamp on the back of your catalogs. 500 items in this catalog are $30 or less. As I flipped through the proofing copy of the catalog, I was very excited to see more of the traditional Regal products in there, and so many products that are very affordable. So your customers will no doubt be very pleased with the variety of products and the pricing on them as well. More than 40% of the items in our Regal catalogs are always the traditional type of products. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that as we move forward. But know that there are many Regal traditional type of products. What Regal has become known for. You know, you open the catalog and it's like, wow, why didn't I ever think of that? Or wow, that's different. I've never seen that before. So we have those items in there. Okay, so why is it that some of our long-standing customers who have been with Regal for ages, are not seeing those products that I'm saying are traditional looking type of products? Well, let me suggest some of the things, some of the reasons that I've shared with some of you when you contact me and you're concerned that your customers are still saying, you know, it's not the old Regal. I'm not finding the old kind of Regal products. Here's some of the things that I've shared with others. You know, the reality is that new Regal has introduced a variety of products. We wanted to bring in a variety of products that go beyond what Regal always had in their catalogs, because we want to reach out to other demographics as well. That's to your advantage as well as to the company. When you are able to take that catalog into different age groups and different people of different walks of life, you're going to add to your customer base. You want to continue to enjoy and appreciate your long-standing customers, but you also want to bring in those new customers who are looking for the kind of products that we've brought out. They're looking for fashion and for jewelry and for, you know, a lot of those other extra things that we brought in with the new Regal. So new Regal has introduced a variety of products like that, and that may prevent your long-standing customers from seeing the other products. Think of it this way. When you open something and it's such a surprise to you, you kind of get stuck in that, don't you? You kind of see those things and it prevents you from looking a little bit deeper and seeing the other things that you like. And that's just the human nature, you know? It's something that jumps out at you, and it could be a positive or a negative, but somehow you get stuck on that. Okay. Also, the wider range of prices that we now have. We have some of the higher price items that are not, the prices that your long-standing customers are accustomed to. So again, they are paralyzed by that. They see the, $60, $80, and they go, oh my goodness, the prices have gotten so expensive for Regal products. And yet there are many, as I just said, there's over 500 items in this catalog that are $30 or less. So what can you do to help those long-standing customers? Because we do appreciate them. And we do want to service them. We do want to provide them with the products that they want. And we believe that we are bringing a lot of them to them. But what can you do to help them see them? Well, first of all, review issue 2 as soon as you receive it, or as soon as you see the PDF when we put that out there. And think in terms of your customers. Think in terms of, what will Mrs. Smith want to see? What is it that Mr. Jones has been asking for? What are the things that those long-standing customers will want? And as you flip through the catalog, somehow indicate, whether it's with little sticky notes or something, indicate what pages have those kind of products for them. Okay, and then be prepared to have that conversation with them. So when you're dropping off that catalog, or if they're having it delivered to them by personalized mail, and you're following up with them when that catalog is going to be arriving, that's when you can say, oh, I want you to be going to page such and such because I thought of you when I saw the items on that page. And so, you want to invite them into the catalog. You want to point them to the catalog or to the products that you know are going to be very pleasing to them. And you want to assure them that, yes, the new Regal does have a greater variety of types of products and a wider range of prices. But don't let that concern you. There's still a lot in there for you. So let me help you through that and then take them through. Okay? And then speak confidently yourself of the new look and feel of Regal, knowing that it's there to benefit you and the customer and the company. Okay, so while you're empathizing with those long-standing customers, also tap into new markets who don't have any kind of preconceived idea of what they're looking for, and you'll be amazed at how many of them lean towards the products that we've brought in since last January. Okay, Regal branded products is something that you've been asking for. We now have the clothing and the handbags and the tablecloths available. And what we're hearing from many of you is that you're finding the shipping price is too high. So I want you to do me and you a favor. I want you to go to this website, have a look, see what it is that you would order, place that order into your shopping cart, and then see what the shipping is going to be. And if you feel that it's, way out of range, it's not anything that you'd be prepared to pay for, then actually click on the Contact Us and have that conversation with this company. They want to work with us. They want to work with you. They want to make sure that you are able to get the branding products that you need. But if they don't hear from you and they don't hear why you're ordering or why you're not ordering, then they don't know where they need to fix it. Now, they may not be able to fix the shipping because you may be in an area where it's more costly to ship, or you may be ordering just one little item and it's still costing because, as you know, you've heard us say it before, whether it's Canada Post or FedEx or any of the other carriers, there's always a higher price at the front of the shipping cost, and then there's added costs for the weight and the destination and the size of the package. And so there's always that first initial fee that you have to pay regardless of what the size of the package is, what the weight of it is, and where it's going to. And so they may not have a lot of wiggle room on lowering the prices for shipping, but at the very least, have that conversation with them. Scott, the owner of the company, wants to work with us and wants to help you, wants you to be happy with what they're offering you. So please have that conversation with them. And if you need any assistance from Regal, we do want to hear from you, but we're just not able to help you with those orders because it is going directly from that company to you. But if you want to voice yourself, my ears are always open. Okay, fundraising. Many of you are enjoying the fundraising program. I always get excited when I see a new fundraiser coming on board because I love to see what their cause is and to know that we're making a difference in helping them to raise the funds for that cause. How exciting is that? So we are open for all ambassadors to do fundraising. Why would you want to do that? Because it's going to increase your sales. It's going to help you to promote to higher status levels because of the volume of orders that you're going to get from all of their supporters. As they are raising funds for their cause, they are bringing in more sales that are counting towards your personal volume as well. And then you're going to gain new customers because they may be having just a one-time fundraising campaign, and yet those customers have purchased from you, so they are your customers. They've purchased through that organization, but they're connected to your account. And so you have the opportunity to follow up with those customers thereafter because you will have their contact information. And so you will increase your customer base by having the fundraising campaigns happening. Also, you're having more community awareness. The community will come to know you as the Regal person in the area because they will see you in the fundraising marketing pieces. They will hear of you through the fundraising supporters who are purchasing products in order to help that cause. And then you will be feeling such a great sense of fulfillment of helping another organization with a special cause. Now, view the fundraising video that's in the Regal Academy, and it tells you how you qualify to be able to carry fundraising as part of your Regal business. You do need to go through steps in order to qualify, because we want to ensure that all ambassadors are using the fundraising program consistently the same way, so that we have the same look and feel of fundraising from one end of Canada to the other. Okay, so view the video that's on Regal Academy, which is found in your sales tools of your dashboard, and it'll tell you how to qualify to do fundraising as part of your Regal business. Party plan, we did have the pilot project. We're holding off on this for now as far as rolling it out with a full program, but that doesn't mean to not go ahead and have parties yourself. It's a great way to expand your business, and a full calendar of parties means that you have steady income happening. So start with your own parties, and then you can always add on the other programs and the other tools that we will introduce when we are ready to launch it to all ambassadors. So you can have all kinds of fun things happening at these parties. You can give out some nice gifts. There's a lot of items in our catalogs that are priced very low, so that you can get them and use them as the small gifts that you give away at these parties, and for the host rewards. All right, celebration. It's a business booster event. It's an opportunity for you to come and learn and have things that you can implement into your Regal business immediately following that celebration. So it's happening on May the 5th, which is a Saturday, and it is by webinar. So you're doing it from the comfort of your own home, and it's going to have a great program. It's going to have recognition. It's going to have training. We have 2 industry-known trainers that are going to be sharing a lot of information with you that is going to be very applicable. Now, to get started or to get registered, you want to take advantage of the early bird special of just $30. And that early bird special ends on March the 29th. And so you want to make sure that you get registered ASAP so that you don't miss out on this. Now, are we going to run out of room? Absolutely not. You know, it's a webinar, so we have plenty of room for everyone to be on there. But in order to get this reduced price of $30, you want to make sure that you register before the end of this month. The price will then go up to $45. Okay, so that's going to be a great time. You're going to hear from Fred, and perhaps even Howard will bring a few words. We're going to have some training, some recognition, some information that we're going to launch there. Some new things that I can't even let a little bit out of the bag at this point, but we do have some things lined up for you that I know you're going to be very excited about. All right, so get yourself registered and plan on May the 5th. It's a webinar, and it goes from 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time until 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We took in all time zones there so that it's not too early. Those of you in BC will need to get up at 7:30, so you'll be having breakfast with us. And Newfoundlanders, you'll be having lunch with us. And so here we go. We wanted to include everyone from coast to coast. All right, your voice does matter. We love to get your feedback. I am putting together a survey that I was hoping to have it completed by today so that I can actually give you the link to it. But what I'm going to do is send out that survey by random to various email addresses, to various ambassadors before the end of this week. So I'm going to do a range of status levels and a range of startup dates. So people who have been with us from the beginning, since the new Regal began last January 2017, and even for those that are brand new, that have just started up recently. So we want to hear from the whole range of you. Now, I'm going to just do that randomly as opposed to just putting it out to everyone. I will give you a heads up that you will be required to give your name and your ID number. I do not believe in having surveys anonymously, because then that opens it up for a lot of people to vent or express themselves differently than they would if they had to identify themselves. So I want real surveys. I want individuals to be able to stand up and clearly say what it is that they feel about the various topics that I'm going to have in that survey. Okay, so if you want to be included and you don't want to take the chance that I'm going to miss you when I do the random thing, then you can email customer service at regal.ca even tonight or tomorrow, and in the subject line say, please send survey, and I will be sure to include you in sending that survey. Okay, I look forward to hearing your voice. All right, boost your business this month. We're in the middle, not even in the middle of March yet. So let's see how you can boost your sales from now until the end of the month. I introduced this catalog cycle a few months ago. It's the 8-week cycle of each catalog. What can you do at the 3 different stages of the catalog cycle? We typically go 8 weeks with each catalog. Sometimes it's a little bit more than that, but you can break up that cycle, whatever it is, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, into 3 parts. And here's the 3 parts that I suggest. The first part is your first 2 weeks. You've just gotten the catalog. They've just been delivered. In the next 2 weeks, you're going to really hit the ground running with making sure that your existing customers have a catalog in hand, are placing their first order of that catalog, and that you are addressing any questions that they have. So the first 2 weeks of every catalog really should be focused on your existing customers. Now, that doesn't mean that if you have events happening in that 2 weeks that you don't do them because, that would be new customers focused. No, you want to do those as well, but your main focus is on what I call low-hanging fruit. And what does that mean, low-hanging fruit? It means these are customers who already know you, like you, and trust you, and will buy from you. And so you want to get those catalogs into their hands, okay? Now, in the next 4 weeks after that, you're marketing to new customers. And so what do you do by way of that? You may be doing events. You may be putting catalogs in new areas within your community that you haven't gone to before. You may be asking for referrals of your existing customers and following up with those referrals. You know the list. We've had the list of all the different marketing strategies listed many times in our webinars. And so if you're not familiar with that, go back and look at the first steps video that is in the Regal Academy, and we list them in there and talk a little bit about each one of them. So that's what you can do in the bulk of this catalog cycle, is looking for new customers, because you want to not only get orders from them from this new catalog, but you want to have them going into the next catalog cycle so that every time a new cycle comes, you have a whole lot more customers to be servicing and to receive orders from. Now, what about that final 2 weeks of the catalog? We see it coming. We experience it every time. When we're in that last stretch of any catalog, it's like you've put your brakes on, and I want to encourage you to not do that, because you don't want to put your business on hold. Anytime you put your business on hold or even on a pregnant pause, it takes longer to get it ramped up again. You want to stay in the momentum. You want to keep things happening smoothly all the time. So what can you do in those final 2 weeks? You may have gotten 1 or 2 or 3 orders from each of your customers already. What can you do in that last 2 weeks? Well, you can take care of those new customers that you just brought in the previous weeks, but there's other things you can do. And that's where I talk about online treasure hunt and the urgency of the expiry date. So let's talk about this a little bit further. What is the final stage all about? Here we are with issue 1 catalog, and we're just 3 weeks away from having the next catalog. So what are you going to do in the next 2.5 weeks to ensure that your business continues to generate that income that you're looking for? Well, you can have that urgency of the last call orders, contacting your customers and saying, I know that you had some items in the catalog that you really loved, but you held off on ordering. I want to just encourage you to have another look at those products, because I don't know if they're going to be in the next catalog. And so have a look. I order every Wednesday. So if you want to get that order to me before Wednesday, I can save you significantly in shipping. And so urgency of that last call. Okay. And so it's perhaps talking about any products that you know they wish they could have had, and you don't want them to take the chance of missing out on it. Or it's just a last call of, ordering before this catalog expires. What about that saving significantly on shipping? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about each of these. There's 5 different ways in which you can be really, ramping through the next 3 weeks with results. So number 1 was urgency of the last call. We'll talk some more about that. We're going to talk more about saving significantly on shipping. We're going to talk about the treasure hunt. What is that all about? We're going to talk about how to prepare for issue 2 that is coming. And then number 5 is know your sales for the month end, for the end of March. You know what you need to do to qualify for various things. So make sure that you're not caught unaware. So let's have a look at each of these 5 items. Number 1, last call orders. Contact all of your customers this week. Okay, this is the week of the 12th. You want to make contact with all your customers. Now, I can hear some of you saying, I have hundreds of them. How do I contact all of them? Well, who do you have an email for? Who are you closest to that you can make a phone call with? I get so excited on these webinars. I always forget to drink water, so my apologies. Okay. Email campaigns. Who do you have an email address for? What can you say in that email campaign? How can you urge them to get that last order in for issue 1? Do you have a Facebook page? What can you post on there that will cause them to place one more order with issue 1? Deliver those final catalogs that you have in hand. They're going to expire in another 3 weeks. Yes, there will be some of those orders or some of those products still available on the website, and you'll be able to order them, but you don't know which ones those are yet. And so what are you going to do with the final catalogs that you have? You do not ever want to be left with catalogs sitting in your home when they expire. Get them out there, get them working for you. And then the most effective way is to contact your customers by phone or face-to-face. So as I said, if you have hundreds of customers, you no doubt do not have enough time in a day to be calling them all. But who are the key ones that you would like to call? How can you have face-to-face visits with some of them? Okay? Only you can know the answers to some of these questions because you know your database. You know how many you have. You know what kind of time commitment you can put into this. You know the means that you have to get around and do some of this. You know whether you have the ability to do a Facebook page. By the way, it's easy to set up a Facebook page, and you don't need to get caught up in all the other Facebook drama that some people try to avoid. Facebook page is a very powerful marketing tool. Invite friends to an open house. Whether you're contacting them by email, by Facebook page, or by phone or face-to-face, have a date in April when you're going to have an open house. Make it a customer appreciation night or something like that, where they're going to come and hear about the new products and pick up their issue 2 catalog. And this is the time for you to invite them so that they can reserve that date in their calendar. When you're doing these email campaigns or you're doing the Facebook page product spotlights, we quite often spotlight products in the Regal Ambassador Facebook group page. And so you can copy and paste that into your emails or your Facebook page, but you can even create your own. These 2 banners are what's on your website. As you know, when you go to regal.ca, you see these scrolling across your screen. And so you can take a screenshot of that and use it as an image into your marketing pieces. Okay? All you need to do is just add a little line like, make spring cleaning easy this year, and then provide them with your website. Okay? Same with the bring on the bling, shop early for Mother's Day, and then give them your website. Okay, number 2 point was how do you save your customers on shipping costs? Well, there are many ways in which to do that, and there are various ways in which each and every one of you are finding to work very well for you. However, there are enough ambassadors that are still feeling like they're losing money. And I want to say no ambassador should ever lose money in their Regal business, okay? Whether that's on shipping or returns or anything else, because you need to treat it as a business. You need to make sure that you're covering your costs. If you were a regular, retail business and you kept losing money, you'd be closing your door before too long. And so we don't want you to put yourself in that position. We want to make sure that you are making money, that you are helping your customers to save money and all of that. So let's see what you can do about this. This seems to be the most popular way that ambassadors are helping their customers to save on shipping. And to me, it seems to be the most simple. I've heard various ways, and to me, this seems to be the simplest way. But you judge for yourself. Here's an example of what we recommend. Charge each of your customers a percentage of their order value. So if their order is $50 before taxes, you're going to charge them a certain percentage based on that $50. What percentage you charge depends on where you live, how much it costs for shipping going to your area. Okay, so ambassadors are charging anywhere from 5 to 10%, depending on how costly shipping is to go to your area. Okay, so here's an example. I'm going to use 6% because that seems to be the most common. 6 or 7% seems to be the most common percentage. So let's say that you decide you're going to charge each of your customers 6% for shipping and handling. Okay, I say shipping and handling because yes, there's a shipping cost, but there's costs involved for you as well in taking care of them. Whether that's hand delivering it to them because it's being delivered to your home or other ways in which you're always servicing them. So that percentage, think of it as the shipping and handling. Okay, so let's say Mary orders $50 worth before tax. Okay, just product worth. 6% of $50 is $3. So you are going to charge Mary $3 for shipping and handling. And when you have that percentage already said to them, you don't have to wait until you calculate what the shipping is going to be and then divide it among all the customers that have ordered and all of that. You don't need to do the backtrack because all that backtrack is taking up some of your time, and time is money. And so $3 for shipping, it's clear when she places that $50, she knows she's going to be charged $3. John orders $40 worth, so he's going to be charged $2.40. Sally orders $110 worth, so she's going to pay $6.60. Now, all of these amounts here are minimal next to what they would pay if they didn't combine all their orders together and pay just that percentage. It would cost them considerably higher. And so that's why when you're saying to them, if you place an order with me by this date every week, I will be able to save you significantly on shipping. It's because you're combining all the orders together and only charging them this percentage. So let's have a look at what this works out to. So all of the orders there, you add up the 110, 40, and 50. That's a $200 order of combined orders that you're placing. Let's say that Canada Post is charging $22 for you to have that delivered. Okay, that will vary depending on the weight and where it's going and so on. So we're just using the example of $22. Well, Regal gives you a shipping allowance when you place an order of $150 or more. So take $10 off of that $22 that Canada Post is going to charge you, and you are now actually only charged $12. So you're going to ship all three of these orders together, and it will only cost $12. What did you collect from all three of them? In this example, you charged $12, so you broke even. Now, it won't always work out to be even like this. Sometimes you'll make a little bit extra from what you collected and what you're going to be charged, and other times it'll cost you a little bit more than what you collected from each customer. But it all washes out. If you've got the right percentage in place, it kind of balances, or not kind of, it does balance out. Okay, so I encourage you to use this and to promote this with your customers and get them into the pattern of knowing when you place orders and that you can significantly save them on shipping when they place their orders with other customers. All right, number 3 was treasure hunt for the new items. Say something like in your emails, say things like, wow, products not found in current catalog. Okay, so these are products that you're finding online that are already there, and they're there because they're part of the next catalog. So you already have items right there right now on your website that are not in issue 1 catalog. And that's because we are receiving the issue 2 items. They're getting in the warehouse. And in order for us to put them on the shelf, we have to put them into the system. When we put them into the system, they show on the website. So you're going to see them there. Now, I recommend that you not tell your customer that those are products that are going to be in issue 2. Okay, that's not being deceitful. It's just that you're not telling them why they're there. You're just saying, wow, there's products found on my website that are not in the current catalog. Okay, and so sometimes we have other products that we place on there, just like that what was that spinner toy that we had, and there'll be things like that we'll put on there that won't show up in our catalog. And so you're being truthful to say that they're there and they're not in the current catalog. Or you might want to say something like, look what I just found on Regal website, and have a picture of them, of these items that you want to really spotlight in that email or in your Facebook page. Or you can say something like, you need to have products. Okay, so it's these products that everyone needs. And so just find a catchy phrase to catch their attention, and then have pictures. It's so important to have images of products. And if you're not sure how to copy those images from the website into your emails, ask customer service. We'd be more than happy to help you with that because it's a great tool. Well, let me give you a sneak peek here on some of the items that are on your website right now that are not in issue 1. There's this Like Mother, Like Daughter journal. What a great idea for an Easter gift. It could be mom giving it to daughter or daughter giving it to mom, but this is a discovery journal so that mom and daughter can sit down, go for a latte or whatever, and just sit down and talk about the different things in this journal and make notes. What is it that they like or do that's similar or that's different? It'll be fun to fill this journal out, won't it? So that's an item that's just $24. There's the product code on the screen, and that's available on your website right now. So you could spotlight that in your treasure hunt emails. Here's another one. Mugs for grandma or for mom, and it's inspirational. On the inside of the mug is an actual scripture verse, and they come with beautiful boxes. So what a great gift idea for Easter for mom or for grandma. And then, have you heard? Paint by Number is making a comeback. It's a big splash. From coast to coast, people are really catching on to this paint by number. It goes with these painting parties that they've been doing at restaurants. The people attending those have gotten into the groove of painting. And so we've gone back to what we've done in many years ago, where you can get paintings with numbers in them and you paint them and it looks like you've painted them yourself. When you blend the paint nicely, it makes it look like you did the art all by yourself. And yet all you did was fill in the numbers. So we're going to have a quantity of paint by number items. What's on the website already is this paint by number book. And it's popular paintings by classic artists. And so it's an opportunity for them to paint pictures that are well known. And it's in a book with a paper that is thick enough to take the watercolor or even oil paints. And so it's a matter of just using the book, tearing it out if they want, or leaving it in the book. Probably better if they tear them out and then paint on a canvas. You're going to see some paint by number kits that will actually include everything, including the paint board with the picture stamped on there with numbers, and the paint will be included and the brushes. So really exciting stuff coming in issue 2. And we are right there with the current trend of this. All right. I want to just say this item has been around for a while, but I want to encourage you to look in your catalog for things that you can use as great add-on products. What a great way to add to your sales by simply saying, Sally, have you noticed this citrus peeler? I just love it. I use it all the time for oranges, grapefruits, lemons. And I just thought, if you wanted to add that to your order, it's only $2.50. Okay, so look at those items that are in the catalog that you can use as add-ons like that. They're also great for using at your home parties that you're doing as well. Okay, all right, here's a secret. Okay, now I'm probably going to get in some trouble for this, but let me just say I'm not going to tell you too much information because I don't want to lose my job over it. But at the same time, this is coming real soon. I looked in the system today and it is scheduled to come in by the end of this week or possibly not until Monday, but you could keep your eye on your website for this product code. Let me tell you, this item has been asked for many, many, many times. So I know that you're all going to be excited about this. And at this price, $12.50, it too can become an add-on item. So there you go. It's going to be on page 66 of issue 2, and the product code is right there on your screen. So check your website for the next couple of days, because while you're getting all these orders from your customers in these various ways that we're talking about, keep this one in mind, and before you place that order, keep checking to see if it's on there yet. And when it appears, you can call those customers and say, I was just about to place your order, but this exciting product that everyone's been waiting for just popped up on our website, and I wanted to let you know about it. Okay, so keep your eye on that one. All right, number 4, preparing for next catalog campaign. What do you do right now, you personally, in preparation for the next issue 2 coming? Finish the month of March in a big way. Follow through with what we just talked about. Make sure that March is going to be a fantastic month for you. Build that momentum so it spills over into the next catalog. And then contact all your customers between March 26 and 28 to let them know that issue 2 is coming. Whether you're sending it to them in personalized mail or whether you're going to hand deliver it to them, let them know it's coming and that you will be following up, and that you heard just a little bit on this webinar here about some really exciting things coming that they're going to be excited to see. And then know when the personalized mail is going to be delivered. We typically are, right on target, but sometimes a little bit earlier than what we are projecting. So March 28th is the expected date. So let your customers know that and be prepared, okay, to answer any questions as they receive those. And so again, what are you going to do if you didn't use personalized mail? You're going to hand deliver those catalogs. So be prepared for that. Block out some time in your calendar. However long it takes you to deliver those catalogs, make sure you block that time so that it doesn't go for an extra week or 2 before you get those catalogs into their hands. Okay, so hand deliver those catalogs within 1 to 2 days of you receiving them. And then follow up with everyone, whether they're receiving it in the mail or by you hand delivering. You want to make sure you follow up with them within 2 to 3 days after they've received that catalog, so that you can hear how excited they are, hear what questions they have, what objections they may have. All of that, you want to make sure that you're ready to address them. Don't let it go longer than 2 or 3 days, because their excitement can be taken up with other focuses that come along, or their objections can actually grow into bigger things than what they need to. Okay, so very important to follow up within 2 or 3 days of that catalog going out to them. All right, and the 5th one was know your month-end sales. Don't be caught unaware or disappointed. Almost every month, well, no, I'm going to say every month, I hear from some of you that you just didn't know how close you were to your sales, and you're so disappointed that you didn't promote to the next level, or you didn't reach whatever incentive is on at that time. So don't be caught in that way. Know what your month-end sales are. And how do you do that? You check out your product sales on your dashboard. go to your dashboard, your back office, and go to customer orders, and you'll see all your product sales there. Calculate without the taxes and without the shipping to know what your product sales alone are. And that's what counts for your qualifications. Okay? If you need assistance with knowing those numbers, we truly do not mind helping you with downloading a year-to-date sales report for you. So let us know. Email us at customerservice@regal.ca and request a year-to-date sales report if you feel that you are really close to the line at month end and you need to know how close you are before it's too late to place that last order. Okay, so know how close you are to qualifying for your next status level and for the Circle of Excellence incentive program that's on right now. So make sure that you know even by next week what your sales are so that you have a few more days to get more orders in. I think of one ambassador who was out there on New Year's Eve asking, well, not New Year's Eve because that would have been too late to place her order, but just 2 days before New Year's Eve when everybody's in Christmas mode and pretty much, clued out of business, she was on the phone making calls, getting orders so that she can qualify to hit a bigger or higher status level so that when she went into 2018, she was at that platinum level and she made it. And so that's the kind of thing you want to make sure you're watching with your business at month end. And then place that final order no later than March the 27th. Why do I say March the 27th? Because month end is at 5 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. Okay? I repeat, Thursday, March the 29th. Not Friday, March the 30th, because that's a holiday. It's Good Friday. So we are not open on Good Friday. So your month end is 5 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday, March 29th. So why do I say get your order in on 27th, 2 days earlier? Because we always recommend that you allow 1 to 2 business days for internal processing of that order, because only the shipped products will count for your March sales. So anything that's on back order will not count, and anything that was too late getting into us that didn't get out the door will not count. So don't get caught in that way. All right, February recognition. This is one of my favorite times where I get to congratulate the accomplishments in the last month. So February promotions, who promoted from ambassador to bronze in the month of February and now in March are earning a higher income. We have Ramon Frappier and Joan Rink. Ramon is from Ontario and Joan is from Alberta. So congratulations, ladies. Great job on giving yourself a pay raise. You've just gone from 12% to 15%, and you're just going to jump up to the next levels one at a time or perhaps 2 at a time as you continue to grow. So great job. Keep up the great work. All right, February top 10. We're going to list them alphabetically. These are the top 10 sales in the month of February. And alphabetically, we have Arlene Calder from Alberta, Eileen Chiasson from Nova Scotia, Pamela Kutsu from Ontario, Cindy Cox from Newfoundland, Greetings, Gifts, and Gadgets from Ontario, Ronald Odrowski from Ontario, Cheryl Willette from Alberta, Dolores Rayom from Saskatchewan, Sarah Roberts from Newfoundland, and Guy Roussel from New Brunswick. Congratulations to all of you. You're the best. And isn't it wonderful to see from all over Canada, various provinces? Great job. Congratulations, everyone. All right, February qualifiers. We have the Circle of Excellence incentive that's on right now. It's running from January to April, and I know some of you have just come in, and so you're thinking, but how do I qualify? Unfortunately, every company has incentives going on throughout the year, and if you come in the middle of that, it's like you have to wait until the next one comes. And so My apologies for that. But for those of you that have been with us since January and before, you have opportunity to qualify for the Circle of Excellence. So these are individuals who qualified in February. What do I mean by that? There's a monthly qualification in order to win and to achieve this Circle of Excellence at the end of April. So each month from January to April, you need to do at least $500 in product sales in each of those months. And in doing it in all of those 4 months makes you a Circle of Excellence achiever. And what is your reward for being one of those achievers? It's valued over $250. Well, of course, you're going to get recognition right here on our webinar, in our newsletters, on Facebook. You're also going to receive a beautiful Circle of Excellence gold pin, just like you see in the center of your screen. Not with the January to April on there, but Circle of Excellence placed on there in 2018. $25 to $50 product coupon, depending on what level you actually achieved. Was it the 500? Well, I'll show you the other levels as we go on to the next screen. You'll receive a certificate of achievement of having achieved those qualifications. You will receive either a basic starter kit or a business builder kit, depending on which level you qualified at. And because we are doing a webinar celebration now, as opposed to a live one, we've changed the VIP breakfast to a VIP mastermind event. This will be a webinar exclusively for the Circle of Excellence achievers with the owners of this company, where you will have specific things that we will be looking to discuss with you. We'll perhaps let the cat out of the bag on a thing or two, and we will be looking for your feedback, your open communication with us. So this is like a mastermind event where you are around the table with the owner. What a great opportunity for you to voice yourself and to be able to help shape the things that we will be discussing at that event. All right. So the following ambassadors are tracking towards the January to April Circle of Excellence program because they achieved at least $500 in not just February, but in January and February. So they are on track for achieving the whole 4 months. All right. January and February qualifiers listed alphabetically. And we have the first group of A to G by last name. Congratulations to Melanie Bidzinski, Pauline Chevrier, Diane Comstock, Pamela Kutsu, Cindy Cox, Jessica Davies, Carmen DeRoche. Greetings, gifts, and gadgets. Great job. All right, our next group is alphabetical. Letters H to Z in the last name, Michelle Mathers, Suzanne Matheson, Carolyn Maulucci, Ronald Odrowski, Lucille Prevost, Dolores Rayome, Lise Rivette, Guy Roussel, Nick Scally, and Joan Wilson. Way to go, qualifiers. Great job. All right, so congratulations. Achieve likewise in the months of March and April, and you will become a Circle of Excellence achiever. Now, the Circle of Excellence achiever will even go beyond April. So for those of you that achieve it this time, you will continue to be recognized as a Circle of Excellence achiever. No matter what the next incentive is, you will always be recognized as part of this Circle of Excellence. All right. So how are you tracking for March? The qualifications are 500, 1,000, or 3,000. So you'll recall the incentive rewards that I listed. There were different levels of what you can earn. So it depends on which of those 3 levels you actually did in each of those 4 months. All right. Facebook pages, here's some information. If you're not on the group pages, you want to be there. It's a great way to stay informed on what's happening so that you can be conversing with other ambassadors, learning from them, and also up-to-the-minute posts that Regal Corporate places there. So there's the two groups that you can become a part of, and there's the reasons that I just listed as to why you would want to be a part of those groups. We also have our public Facebook group page, or not group page, but just the Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Regal Home and Gifts. We have almost 40,000 people who are following us on that page. And so that's a great opportunity for you to get on there. Every time we post something, some of those 40,000 customers or potential customers have comments like, I want a catalog, I want to place an order. And so it's your opportunity to go on there and you can contact them. Click on their name and send them a private message. Let them know where you're located and whether you could be of service to them. So keep your eye on that page. All right, other resources we have is the Google Drive, which is the Regal Resource Library. The link is in the news and views, but it's also there on your screen. That's where we keep a lot of the documents. That's where all the documents for fundraising can be found in preparation for being qualified. And then once you're qualified, we send you privately the rest of the documents that you need to do a great job of fundraising campaigns. And then videos are stored in 3 places: on the Facebook group in the video section, on YouTube channel, and in the Regal Academy, which is in your sales tools. All right, next month we have a guest trainer who's going to be on this webinar, and this is Karen Clark. Karen is well known in the direct selling circles as a woman who has done it from all angles. She's been an independent distributor with companies in the direct sales. She's also been in senior management levels with companies, and she really knows how to market a direct sales business. So she's going to come and share a lot with you on the next Huddle webinar, which is Monday, April the 9th. So make sure you're registered for that so you can benefit from the wealth of information that Karen has accumulated over her career in direct selling. Okay, this is open forum time. So I understand if any of you need to leave, but if you'd like to stay around, there's always some great questions asked at this time. And so I invite each and every one of you, if you have a question in mind of anything that I covered or anything of Regal nature, feel free to post that in your questions area right now. And we will open that up and read through the questions. Also, if you would like to actually ask your question audibly, there's a little handprint on your control panel. When you click on that hand, it shows me that your hand is raised. And when I see a hand raised, I will click on it so that you can make comment, okay? And so I would go through the list and actually see if there are any hands raised and then unmute you so that you can ask that. So give that some consideration, whether you would like to ask audibly or if you would like to post something in writing. So let me just open up the questions here and see if we have questions to ask. Okay, lots of hellos. Thank you very much. Hello, hello. And many people letting me know that they could hear me at the beginning. So thank you for that. Let me just see here. Can all reps view the webinar for the celebration? That's a good question. You need to register in order to see the webinar. In order to be a part of the webinar, the celebration webinar, you do need to register, and you will get an exclusive link that is only usable by one person, so it cannot be passed on to anyone else. So once you register, we will send you the link to get registered for it, and then you will receive an email with your exclusive link once you've registered on the GoToWebinar. Okay, so that answers that question. I will do the survey. Okay, great. So send me the email, and that's, let me see here, Chris Emery. Chris, if you'd like to send an email to, excuse me, customerservice@regal.ca and put in the subject line, please send me a survey. And I will be sure to get that out to you. Send out mass email to everyone you have email addresses for. That's not a question. I think that's just a statement. So yes, absolutely. Send out an email to everyone that you know, your customers as well as your potential customers, people that you have email addresses for that you picked up at events or in the community and in other forums. And so yes, you want to get mass emails out there happening. Fran McCauley, is it too late to join the Unstoppable Me training? Fran, the next Unstoppable Me training will be starting likely at the end of April. So you can ask to register for that now, and we'll keep you on the list of those to notify as time gets closer. Or you can wait and it'll be announced again on April 9th on the next webinar, and so you can register at that time. So thank you for your interest on that. Judy is, do I still have to make a sales quota if all I want to do is sell to family and friends? Judy, here's the short answer on that. All companies have qualifications for their sales reps. Every company out there needs to have that because it costs money to keep distributors, keep ambassadors on the database. Okay, you may not think it costs anything to keep people going who are just doing it very casually, but it does. There's various things that we need to do internally that it costs. In fact, Fred has said it before on Facebook and in other means that it cost over $50,000 last year to maintain the sales reps who came in from the former Regal but did zero sales. And so that's why we needed to make that decision of terminating the ones that had zero sales last month or last year. Okay, they're welcome to come back, and many of them have. Many of them have reactivated their accounts. So here's the situation now, Judy. Those of you that have received a notice that you need to do $150 in the first 90 days, it's because you did not reach your $250 sales in 2017. So rather than terminate you as our policy would have enabled us to, we wanted to keep all of those who had placed even one order in 2017 and to say, you know what, we want to keep you, we're going to keep your account active, but show us that you are going to do some sales by doing at least $150 in the next 90 days. Now, if you look at one catalog, and $150 in 90 days means that you're doing 2 catalogs in that period. In that 90-day period from now until April, you will have done catalog 1, issue 1, and you'll be doing issue 2. And to show that to even just family and friends, you should have no problem getting $150. Okay? So to reiterate, annual quota, if you will, or qualifications is $250. So in 12 months, everyone has the qualification requirement of $250 in product sales. Okay? If you do not reach that 250, we will work with you. As time gets closer, we'll talk with you and see what your interest is, because it is not our desire to eliminate anyone. Okay, I hope everyone understands that. It's not a matter of we just want to chop away at people. We do not. We want to keep all of you, especially those of you that have that passion to continue to promote Regal to your family and friends. We're not only looking for the high sellers. We're not only looking for those that are out there doing trade shows and everything. We value each and every one of you. So yes, Judy, if you're only going to show your catalog to your family and friends, you do have those qualifications that you have to live up to. But really, $250 in a year is, what is that? Like $20 a month. Okay. And so if you run into any problems where you cannot do that, simply let us know, and we would be more than happy to help you out. Okay? All right. Let me see here. How do you register? Registering for the celebration is done through your sales tools. So if you go on your dashboard and click on sales tools in the top right-hand corner, and then scroll down to where you see the catalogs and other sales tools, the 4 pillars the image for the celebration is there. So you just click on there and register. You just purchase a $30 registration and you're registered. Okay. We are at the end of March going to change the price on there to $45. So you're going to want to make sure you benefit from the early bird price. All right. Okay, Judy says, thanks, Carol. That clears it up for me. 150 should be no problem in 90 days. Great to hear, Judy. Thank you so much. Judy says, what is reasonable amount of time that I should expect a credit for products that have been returned? We did have a backlog over the Christmas holiday time, Judy. I believe we're caught up because it took a large part of January for accounting to get caught up with the returns that came in January. So I think that spilled into February, but I believe they're caught up with that now. So you should be able to, once we say yes, you are entitled to that return or to that refund, you should get that within a couple of weeks. I believe accounting does that, does process refunds on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis. If you do not receive anything on your credit card or what other form that we are refunding you, contact customer service and they can check out to see, when you can expect that. Okay, so thank you for that question as well, Judy. Is there tax on that or anything? If you're referring to the celebration registration, yes. Unfortunately, the government requires us to charge GST on everything. Every product and every service. And so the celebration does have tax charged on that. Okay. All right. Is there tax on that or anything when I purchase the registration? What happens if we can't do the webinar that day? That's a good question. We haven't come up with a solution on that. And I'll be perfectly honest with all of you on that, why we're even hesitating. I would love to be able to make the celebration recording available to everyone that registers. But here's the challenge, because our experience in the last year has proven this to take place. We believe that if we said, yes, you can register, and if you can't attend, no problem, we'll send you the link to the registration. We know that some individuals will share that recording with other people, and then those other people will not register and will not pay for the registration, and yet they're going to get the recording. So why is that an issue? Is the $30 a big deal for the company? Absolutely not. It's not going to break or make the company, but we do need to cover our costs. We have some top trainers that are going to be training you on that webinar, and they cost, okay? So we need to have a certain amount of registrations in order to cover that cost. And so if I could just ask each and every one of you to just, bear with us until we can work through a way to ensure that, people get the recording. There is a means of recordings being exclusive to certain people, that only certain people would be able to open it. We're checking into that right now. So the short answer right now is recording will not be made available if you're not able to attend the celebration. I am very sorry to hear that, but at this point, I can't guarantee that you will get a recording. Will we get a recording? That's yet to be seen. Okay, so I hope that's clear enough. All right, so thank you so much, everyone. That's the end of our questions there. So thank you for your time. It's been great spending this time with you. If you have any other questions that come to mind, you can contact us anytime at customerservice@regal.ca. If you want that to go to me directly, just put that in the subject line or in the actual body of your email that you would like it forwarded to Carol Ford. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great rest of March. Let's make this the best month that you've had with Regal thus far. And if I can help you with any of that, please don't hesitate to contact me. All right, thank you. Good night and God bless.